Same.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sophia Valdez, and I am here with Hayley Lytle. Thank you for meeting with me today. This interview should only take about 10 minutes. There are no right or wrong answers. We just want to get your honest feedback with all the questions. The session will be recorded, but will only be submitted for course purposes. And Hayley already signed the acknowledgement form. Okay, so first I just want to start off by getting to know you a bit with just some basic questions. So what year are you currently at UF?
I'm a senior. I'm in my fourth year
Okay.
here.
And where did you live before coming to UF? So where are you from originally?
I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. It's more like Boynton Beach, Florida, but not many people know where that is. So I say West Palm, but yeah, South Florida.
Okay, and about how far away is that from Gainesville?
It's almost exactly 4 hours.
Okay. And then your first year, did you live on campus or off campus?
I lived off campus because I was a part of the PACE program here.
Okay. Okay, so I guess that kind of leads into my next question is why did you decide to live off campus?
So the PACE program, they offered off campus housing like Ivy House and Windsor Hall and places like that. But I made the decision to come to UF very last minute, so there weren't many places in Ivy or Windsor for me to stay. So I looked at apartments. But I actually joined the UF Facebook group. I think it was the UF like PACE class of 2023 Facebook group,
Mm-hmm.
and said I wanted to go here. I was looking for roommates, looking for a place to live, and a girl reached out to me and said that she had two other girls and they were going to live at Social 28. So it kind of like ended up falling right into my lap. And yeah, so I lived at Social 28.
Okay, awesome. And then you kind of mentioned it, but did UF provide you with any assistance when you decided not to live at Ivy or Windsor? Did they provide you any assistance at all finding an apartment off campus, or were you pretty much all on your own?
No, I was pretty much all on my own. I didn't look into anything that UF had to offer really besides Ivy and Windsor.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was just through the Facebook group that I started looking at other apartments.
Okay. And then do you remember how many days prior to the start of classes you moved in? Like how many days did you have in between?
Ooh, I moved in. I think it was a few days before recruitment started because I went through recruitment for sororities my freshman year. Yeah. So I would say I moved in probably 4 days before that, and then recruitment started during classes. So
Okay. Okay, so about 4 days.
yeah.
Okay, so can you basically just from like start to end describe how you found your housing? I know you mentioned you looked in a Facebook group and you kind of made a post.
Mhm.
Can you just kind of explain that in depth?
Yes. So I joined the UF class of 2023 PACE students, and I made a post introducing myself, kind of letting everyone know my hobbies and that I was looking for roommates, open to wherever. And one of my roommates had reached out, my future roommate had reached out to me, and she DM'd me and said that she had found two other girls and they were looking for a fourth roommate to live at Social 28 with them. And she said it was a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, and they kind of had everything set already. So yeah, I talked to her and then I looked into Social 28 and it was right across campus. So it basically felt like I was on campus.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was kind of it. From there, we just talked, we messaged. I think we got on like calls together. And I would say like within that week, we ended up signing the lease for the apartment.
Okay, cool. So I'm sure you kind of had like expectations of how your first year of college was going to be, especially with like your living situation. Do you think that um your first year met those expectations that you had set for yourself?
Yeah, I think it did for sure. I ended up loving the girls I live with. It was so random, but we all got along so well. We became really close and all very different. But at the end of the day, we became very, very close and we were all really easy to live with and respectful of each other. And it just made freshman year a lot more fun because we all did our own things and like made our own friend groups, but then we would like come back to each other. Um, so yeah, it was really fun and I love not having to share a room. That was really nice.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I would say met my expectations for sure. Probably exceeded them.
Okay. And then did you ever wish like you had decided to live in one of the dorms on campus? Or were you pretty happy that you lived in an apartment?
The only thing I wish was that I wish I had like that community, that like resident hall where everyone kind of like hung out, or you knew like everyone on your floor and
Mhm.
everyone's friends on their floors. Like I feel like I missed out on that part, but
Mhm.
I was very happy with the apartment because I didn't have to share all of my spaces with someone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much all the questions I had for you. Is there anything that you want to mention, that anything you might have struggled with, or anything with your first year? It could be related to housing, or it could not. Do you have anything to add?
Um, no, I for anyone that is in between dorm life or apartment style, because everyone here is going to UF and experiencing most of the same things, living in an apartment isn't very different than living in a dorm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I enjoyed apartment life freshman year. Of
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you.
course. Thank